So what's up, folks? This is Eric. It is 11:28, 7:30, almost on the dot. Not quite on the dot, but so decided to go ahead and get the TradeStation platform set up for today. And yeah, I'm actually about to go to the gym. Yeah, haven't done that in a while, so it's time to do that. Time to put some of my energy into really leverage my energy, my resources to something that's going to pay back dividends. Stocks are great, but your health is wealth, right? So a couple of ones that like I said, I'm kind of following the tech stocks, Tesla, Nvidia, I think Apple and maybe Microsoft are the ones that I'll look at today. Yesterday I did Tesla and Nvidia, so let me add Microsoft. And then we need to open up another one for Nvidia, Tesla, Apple. Wait a minute. Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft. Okay. So open the chart. And this one we'll save as charts. Microsoft. I already have one, so let's do this. Let's go to open chart Microsoft. And again, so what I'm doing is pretty much I'm getting all these charts set up on the platform so they can kind of record, sit there all day and record the data, and then I can go back and I look at the data later, and I'll take that data and I'll put it into my spreadsheet so that I can really have a better understanding of what we're the trades that we're taking and why we're taking them, statistically speaking, how likely they are to give us the results that we want. So all right. And something I added a little bit since yesterday on my spreadsheet is this field here, this row that does calculations. So sum or averages. So here I was able to use the average for the time, and so it just gives me an average of all these times. What's the average time that we're seeing our significant pivot lows? Seems to average around 10 o'clock, right? And I think probably many of you have heard, not to trade the first 5 or 10 minutes of the day, and then look for your swings or look for your significant entries around that 9:45, 10 o'clock mark. I've always heard that, for years I've heard that, but now I actually see why. Because on average, the majority of your pivot, at least for these tech stocks, your larger moves, they're starting around 10 o'clock, right? So that makes sense. That's just more confirmation for me. And I think we all maybe have a little bit of a gambling mindset, right? We just want to wish on a star, right? Take a chance. And some of the times in stocks you can win with that. A lot of times you can lose, but especially if you get to the understanding that is a winning strategy, then you'll start hedging all your bets. You put all money on black and it'll tank. So having a good understanding of what you're doing is better than gambling to me, and that's why I'm moving in this direction. So all right, let's get out of here and go back. All right, so this is how my chart will look for the day. So I've got Microsoft here on this chart. This chart is Nvidia. This chart is Tesla, and this chart is Apple. So they'll just record during the day, and I'll probably come on a little bit later and do a post analysis. Again, because right now I'm just kind of in the fact finding stage. So in the afternoons I look at what happened during the day. I make some notes, I do some screenshots, and then like this first part of the day here, I'll go back and I'll do like the technical analysis part, which I did some of that yesterday on the live, but it's important to go back and have that quiet time with the chart. All right, just curious about the penny stocks, which, like I said, I've kind of moved away from the penny stocks a bit for the time being, just because, again, when you're looking at penny stocks, so for instance, on today, not a ton of volume on these penny stocks, but something's moving here. RDHL. So this is just from my other desktop. So RDHL, HSCS, these are, they at least have top volume here for penny stocks for the day. Well, that one's moving quite a bit. It's very active. Even if you look at the volume, how it's changing, the number of transactions that are happening, all these are staying fairly stagnant. This volume here is moving. So I don't know what's going on with WHLR for today, but yeah. So if we look at this and we go back to the yearly chart, the daily, so this references the past year. I mean, look at it though. I mean, if you wanted to try to draw a trend line from there, you would say that it broke below it here. So if anything, it's more to the short side. Even if you look at descending resistance, it's still well below descending resistance. So it hasn't necessarily broken the descending resistance, indicating that it is bullish yet, right? Because it's got to break that descending resistance, it's got to break that descending trend in order for it to actually be effectively moving up. But that's the thing, penny stocks, these buyers in here, these folks that bought in here, bought for a different reason than these folks in here did. Bought for a different reason than these folks in here did. These folks in here, on this day that it really spiked, these day traders, they're buying for different reasons than these guys are. All right, so, and it's probably got relatively low float, so really low outstanding shares. That being the case, let's see, where is outstanding shares at? Market cap 750, shares outstanding. What? Is that right? Oh, okay, yeah, million. Still, but still. All right, so okay. So that being said, there we go. So what is that? 3 billion. But that being said, okay, so we switch back to Tesla, WHLR. I was gonna say, that sounds like a lot for a penny stock, 3 billion. All right, there we go. About 17 million is the shares outstanding, and 17 million is the float. Right, so that makes more sense. So relatively low float. All right, so again, there's not that many shares to buy, purchase, be available at any given time, and now you have different people in the market doing different things at different times. There's just not enough volume doing one thing at one time where you can say, oh yeah, I can see that would make sense, that would continue that way. No, you may have, a million shares move in this direction, but then all of a sudden you have 5 million move in this direction, and it'll just swamp that million out. Whereas if you have something like Tesla, which has 13 billion shares, it's going to take a lot more to manipulate that market than it is to move this market. Keep in mind that manipulation is it's interesting, because again, these larger stocks have a lot more people looking at them. They have more purchasers. There's more available. They cost more. So those are all reasons why larger money is more interested in it than maybe smaller money or it takes a lot more money to move that market than it does to move the penny stock market. However, you know, the market is just a it's just a marketplace. It's just bringing together buyers and sellers, right? So as long as you have one buyer and one seller, you can move the market, right? So it doesn't take 1,000 shares, 10,000 shares. It doesn't take that many shares to move the market. It just takes the right time that you come to the market, that you don't have somebody else, or you don't have too many other people on the other side of the market. So it's time, and it's pressure, and it's overall market funds availability. So it's those things that can move the market. And penny stocks is just a lot harder to predict that on a long-term basis. If you're getting in for a short-term, reason, I would not expect to maintain that position on a long-term basis. Yeah. In other words, you don't buy your milk today thinking that that's what you're going to drink 10 years from now. You buy your milk today for today. So if it goes bad today, you throw it out. You don't hold on to it 10 years from now in the refrigerator thinking that it'll stay good. Yeah, that's what penny stocks are. Spoiled milk. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna let this run for today, and then I will come back later today and then just kind of do the post-market analysis. And like I said, last night we put together this strategy here for Nvidia on the 1 minute time frame. Now, yesterday Tesla did okay, so I might not expect for it to do as well today, but I think I looked at it pre-market and it looked like it was already trying to do some moving. So go back, move this out of here, go back to Tesla, or at least coming off of that low. Yeah. So this is the area that I was talking about here that it looked like it was kind of coming off of. All right. And then this is the strategy that we put together yesterday, because we said that this would have been the best entry here. So after we found that this was the best entry here, and we pretty much are disregarding this because we wouldn't have been using it. Okay, so now our the algorithm that we put together would have gave us an entry here, 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 there. Okay, would have got stopped out on that one. Would have got a decent entry there. Probably would have got stopped out on that one. But now, at this point, like I said, looking at it yesterday, at this point, you've got what I call an alpha. So you got this part up here, you got this part here. So now you have a descending trend. So that's definitely a reversal there. So you need to look for that break anyway. And so now that you're starting to put in some descending trends that are larger than these descending trends here, that descending trend there, that's a pullback. It's small, it's intrinsic, that's a pullback. This trend here, now that's two of these. That's one of these and two of these. So that is that's larger. That's going into a reversal, and the reversal can fail, right? So it doesn't have to reverse and then go into a larger time frame continuation. Like on the 1 minute time frame, this is a reversal into a deeper continuation, maybe on the 5 minute time frame. But on the 1 minute time frame, it's actually starting to just reverse the trend altogether. All right, so you have to watch for those, or go up to the 5 minute time frame and see what happened there, larger time frame. So that larger time frame that we were in, right? Well, we were just looking at it on the 1 minute time frame, and so This is that same area on the 1 minute time frame, which here it looks like it could be just a pullback, right? But it went a little bit deeper. Okay, so, and that's the catching the falling knife type deal, right? Instead of this being a valid just pullback, it did turn into more of a deeper, longer time frame pullback, which is more of a reversal than it is a pullback. So instead of waiting for this break of this descending resistance, you caught it, that's great, but then that's a pullback. It didn't go as far as making new higher highs and turn this area into actual, turn that into a continuation area versus it's just going down into a reversal. But anyway, this is Eric. I'm out. I will catch you later. I know I like to mark my charts up, but that's what it needs. That's what it needs. I got lines from all over the place. Okay, and then I'll turn on my, let's see, this 5 minute time frame. I shouldn't have moved that. This should stay at the 15-second time frame. Okay, because that has my bid and ask, so I need to leave that alone. Take off the active trading there. That's tick. This is, yeah, 5 minute. That's good. Here we're going to turn on the swing support and demand. Let's see. Down. Alright, so we got Tesla on that one, chart trading. Turn that off. Apple, that's 15 second, 15 tick, 1 minute, 60 minute, that's fine. And then Nvidia, 1 minute, 15 second, 15 minute, 15 tick. We have our levels on there. I do want to turn that on. I don't know how all these got turned off, but it's okay. Alright, get rid of those couple studies, that study, that study. Those are studies that, ICU, I think that was a penny stock that was going around a couple months ago, so that was probably like 15-second strategy that I had for ICU, which doesn't apply very well to Nvidia. It might apply to some of the penny stocks though, but I haven't applied it to that today. Color changing EMA, okay. Alright. And then I think I already have Microsoft on, so I can delete this one. Alright. Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft. Put the grid over here. And then make sure that this is good for today. Low consolidation bullish, 98%. Okay. Volume for the day. Volume for yesterday. Volume yesterday on Nvidia, 29 million. 29. I also wanted the volume of the day before. I need to get the 5 minute opening volume. So I'm just updating my the pivot tracker, some of the data that I had there. The first candle of yesterday had volume of about 1.6 million. Alright, so 1.6 million. 935 volume. 1.6. And this is going to be the millions. Format sales, custom. Those M's, gotta get those M's on there. Where is number? Yeah, that should work. And 0.6, and then the 5-minute candle closed for NVIDIA. 5-minute candle close, first 5-minute candle close at 478.99. And the 200 moving average close where? Alright, so we have to add our moving averages. So the 200 moving average at 935 was at 478.72. Okay. All right, so we see that the yeah, ooh, looks like even on the 5-minute time frame that NVIDIA bounce came up and then bounced right there on the 200 period moving average yesterday. Okay, all right.